The Dreamkeeper's Journey Chapter 1. The Peculiar Dream Catcher in the Sleepy Valley Forest, where fireflies danced like floating stars and moonflowers whispered lullabies, lived Dusty, a small dormouse with unusual silvery fur that sparkled when he collected dreams. While other dormice spent their nights gathering nuts and berries, Dusty collected lost dreams that floated through the forest like tiny bubbles of starlight. Be careful with those dreams, his grandmother would say, arranging dream bubbles in her special collection. Each one holds someone's hopes and wishes. One misty evening, while catching a particularly bright dream, Dusty met Echo, a young owl who couldn't hoot but instead made sounds like chimes whenever she flew. She crashed into his dream-catching nest, scattering his collection everywhere. Oh no. Echo's wings chimed in distress. I'm so sorry. I was trying to catch that strange dark cloud that's been stealing dreams. Before Dusty could respond, they both noticed something alarming. All the scattered dreams were turning gray, their light fading like dying stars. Chapter 2. The Shadow Stealer. Dusty and Echo investigated the fading dreams. The dark cloud Echo had seen was leaving a trail of gray mist that seemed to absorb the dream's light. Following it led them to Cricket, an elderly grasshopper who kept the forest's oldest stories. The Shadow Stealer has returned, Cricket whispered, his antennae trembling. Long ago, it tried to take all the forest's dreams, believing that dreamless creatures would focus only on practical things. Chapter 3. The Dream Library. Cricket showed them his secret collection of dream memories, stored in dewdrops that hung from spider silk. Each drop contained fragments of ancient dreams that had shaped the forest's magic. But why are the dreams fading now? Dusty asked, watching his own collection grow dimmer. Because dreams need believers, Cricket explained. And something is making the forest creatures forget how to dream. Just then, a dark shadow passed overhead, and they heard something they never expected. The sound of dreams crying. Chapter 4. The Dream Whisper. Deep in Cricket's library, they discovered ancient drawings showing how dreams were once collected by special creatures called dream whisperers. Dusty realized his silvery fur and ability to catch dreams wasn't an accident. He was meant to be a dream whisperer. But there's so much I don't know, Dusty worried, watching his collection grow fainter. Echo's wings chimed thoughtfully. Maybe that's why we met. My chimes seem to make the dreams glow brighter. They experimented and found that when Echo flew circles around Dusty's dreams while chiming, the dreams regained some of their sparkle. Cricket's antennae twitched with excitement. Quick! Look at this dream map, he said, revealing a glowing pattern in a dewdrop. It shows the location of the dream spring, the source of all forest dreams. Chapter 5. The Dream Spring. Following Cricket's map, they ventured into the deepest part of the forest where ancient trees whispered secrets. The dream spring lay hidden in a grove where starlight pooled like liquid silver. But what they found there made their hearts sink. The Shadow Stealer had transformed the spring into a dark pool that absorbed dreams instead of creating them. Trapped dreams swirled beneath its surface like fading stars. All these lost dreams, Echo chimed suddenly. Look how they reach for the light. Chapter 6. The Power of 3. They discovered their unique gifts were stronger together. Dusty's silver fur could collect dreams, Echo's chimes could awaken them, and Cricket's stories could give them strength. But the Shadow Stealer wasn't going to let them restore the dreams easily. Dreams make creatures waste time on impossible things, the Shadow hissed. I'm protecting the forest by removing such foolishness. The shadow began to grow, threatening to engulf them all. But then Dusty noticed something. Inside the Shadow Stealer was the brightest dream he'd ever seen, fighting to break free. Chapter 7. The Lost Dream. Looking closer at the bright dream trapped within the Shadow Stealer, Dusty recognized it as the first dream ever created in the forest, the dream that taught creatures to dream. That's why you hate dreams so much, Echo realized, her chimes soft with understanding. You've been protecting this dream for so long, afraid it would fade like others, that you forgot its purpose was to be shared. The Shadow Stealer trembled. If I let it go, it might disappear forever. Cricket stepped forward, his antennae glowing with ancient memories. Some dreams are so powerful they can never fade. They just need to be believed in. Together, they formed a circle around the dark pool. Echo flew above, her chimes creating ripples in the shadow. Dusty's fur glowed brighter than ever, calling to the trapped dreams. Cricket began telling the story of how dreams first came to the forest. The original dream began to pulse with life, growing stronger as they believed in it. Chapter 8. The Dream Maker says their combined magic reached its peak. The original dream burst free from the Shadow Stealer in a spectacular display of light. It wasn't just one dream, but the essence of dreaming itself, the ability to imagine, hope, and believe in magic. The Shadow Stealer began to transform, darkness melting away to reveal its true form, ancient dreamkeeper who had forgotten how to dream itself. As the light touched it, it became a shimmering creature of twilight, neither light nor dark, but something in between. I remember now, it said softly. Dreams aren't meant to be protected. They're meant to grow and change. Working together, they restored the dream spring. Dusty used his silver fur to gather fading dreams. Echo's chimes gave them new strength, and Cricket's stories helped them find their way home. The transformed Shadow Stealer added its own magic, helping dreams find the creatures who needed them most. The forest came alive with dream light again. Flowers bloomed with impossible colors, trees whispered new stories, and even the smallest creatures learned to share their dreams. Dusty discovered his true calling as a dreamkeeper, not just collecting dreams, but helping them grow. Echo's chimes became known as the sound of dreams awakening, and Cricket's stories were filled with more magic than ever. And if you visit Sleepy Valley Forest on a starlit night, you might see a silvery dormouse and a chiming all collecting dreams while a grasshopper tells stories of how darkness learned to dream again. Listen carefully, and you might hear dreams singing as they float through the trees, each one carrying a spark of magic that helps the forest believe in impossible things. The end.